Right. All right. So, man, I still have to do like another. Oh my God, do I need to do 100 questions more? Because I only did 50 and it said 150 statements. I thought it was 50 times 350, but it kept on going. Anyway, so how do we do this quick? Let me go to the fun ones. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. Um, Also, I'm probably not supposed to show you this. No, it's fine because this one isn't like they say there's no right or wrong answers, but yeah, man. I know this doesn't seem that deep, but it was a lot. Okay, so I'm about to stop, but like obviously you can pause and see. Okay, let's start. Let's go backwards. Which of the remaining activities would you like to do at work? Sing professionally, make a map of the bottom, blah, blah. Okay, this one's not great. Perform comedy. This one I got stuck with. So I'll skip it. Conduct a musical choir, pose for a photographer, create special effects. I think this is self-explanatory. Where's a good one? Like number 3, this is customer service. Okay, just skip it. This one I really struggled with because assist doctor saying, listen man, I'm the star, I'm the main character, I ain't about to assist no doc. But like the sell merchandise over the telephone, I was like, I'm doing something for myself, it's good. But like imagine being a cold caller and like that's because the question is which one would you like to do the most at work. I'm like, man, that would be painful because like I'll be the good one, I'll be the high ticket one who's like actually getting quality clients that want to speak to you and stuff. But all right, so I promise there's a good one coming. I hope you're like seeing how interesting this is. Number 3, people who guard an armored car. I swear to God, like what the hell is that life? Like, are you literally just you don't think about anything else? You're focused on just standing and because like okay, I mean like there's the patrolling and stuff, but I'm talking about the person who's like right next to the truck, like just literally standing over there. You're not supposed to like have a heart and like be nice to people or talk to people. You're supposed to be serious and you're supposed to just like stand over there and guard. I'm like, bro, that can't be a human being. I'm sorry if you're a security guard before. Like this is different. But yeah. That wasn't worth my minutes. Okay, this one was a little hard for me too because lay brick or tile, like I'm not about to just. But then I thought maybe I'll do the hardest way because when you have ADHD, it's all about novelty, and like if I thought like wait, do the same thing every day, nah. But yeah, I could push the limits. I could do like crazy herringbone patterns, like difficult math, and extreme beauty. Y'all, in the Bible, like in Exodus or whatever, God was having the musicians, the people who are building stuff. So like if you're a Christian and like if you're into ministry, there's this thing of like, okay, David played skillfully and faithfully to the Lord. Keyword skillfully. And like, you can do things amazingly, I guess, if you like, you know, if you're worried that there's no levels. But anyway, I decided lay brick or tile would be good. Oh, you caught me. This is the one I was talking about, the taxi cab. Because like, look, refinish furniture, where's the pride in that? I mean, I can see how, that can be your little creative thing, but I still want to be, I want to do a God-worthy job. And laying brick or tile is probably the closest to it from these. All right, this one sucked. This one was okay. Let's talk about this. Buy and sell land. I just want something that will utilize the maximum of your potential and also make you not feel like a servant. So, managing clothing store, I like that because, it's deep. There's lots to think about, there's lots to do, but, you're just managing a store. But it's a good number two. Buy and sell land. I felt like the buy and the sell, like there's a lot, self-explanatory. So that's deep. But sell automobiles, I feel like that's very limited. Like it's just cars. Like I may have a blind spot, but I don't think so over here. Right, and then, yeah, this one was interesting because like, do radio show hosts, are they anxious or are they just like doing them like I'm doing my story? Because that would be fun. But like grinding machine in a factory. Oh, okay, that's operate. Yeah, still grinding doesn't sound fun. Okay, so we're about to get to it. This was hard too. This was, yeah. So like starting from question 30, it started being easy and it started making sense. Okay. This was a little hard for me too because so for laboratory tests, the fact that you have to go like it's a 9 to 5, if it is, that sucks. But like if I could be a retired person, like just having fun, like a biohack style, then that could be good. Or even like my own science, just not mainstream. Not my own science. That sounded so bad. But sell franchises to individuals, that seemed cool. But plan exercises for people, man, I loved this. I don't want this, but imagine you're going to work and you're not anxious about like the hours, like you're not getting paid by the hour, but like you're actually using your time. You're having a slow morning at work just to like, you're feeling things out and you're just like formulating. I thought that was so cool. All right. Audition, singers, and music. I feel like I'd really enjoy that. Run a stand, lesser evil. Just because we could make it fun. Run a toy store. I love that. Put out forest fires. So anyone wearing uniform, honestly, I don't want to be that because, like I said, star of the show. I mean, you know what I mean. I just don't want to. Serving seems stupid. Like, and I'm talking level 2, so please don't, like, we're not talking basic stuff. Like, obviously, it's important. But, like, putting out forest fires, I like the importance of it. But, like, I don't like it being, like, my, being Mr. Firefighter or something. Thank you for your service, firefighters. All right. Like the rehab thing, I don't know, man. I wonder how people actually are. The extras thing, that really sucked. But like, sure. Wait, did I select that as number 1? Okay, I know what I was thinking. Volunteer, nah. Even if because that's the thing, like, even if we're not worried about money, I don't think, so ego, like, I was like, is it okay or not? I think it's fair. I think it's okay. Because if I'm God, let me have my ego. I'm freaking God. But, yeah, organizing activities. I like the creativity part of that. And then counsel people who have life-threatening illnesses. That's like, I want to be brilliant. But, like, I don't want my life to be about the other person. Because, all right. And then study governments, manage department lunch. Okay, that was a little bit hard too. New line of clothing. I've never, thought about fashion that way, but that was my answer for most of it. I guess their creativity has hooked my mind. So anyway, I'm like, do I listen to myself or do I like doubt my answers? Because right now I feel like I figured it out. Like, even though it doesn't make sense, it's like I know. So that's just probably telling. And then buy and sell stocks just because it's hard, just because like you need non-NPC. Did I tell you what NPC means? Just because you need like a brain. I like it. And then magazine advertisements, that's great, but not enough for me. Paint sets for plays, just because it's creative, but I still don't want to be that vendor who's just like, doing a routine. I want to be like the creative director. How it applies. Massage therapy. So this was hard because like there's a masseuse, but there's also like these people I watch like Human Garage and these healers. I only want to do. I don't want to relieve you from back pain, but like I want to. All right, this one's weird, y'all, but I've posted it before. There's this thing called, I think it's called Spiritus. But like it's a retreat where you're healing people from their, I don't want to say emotional wounds. That's like, I guess it's not very shallow, but like massage therapy, like sure we should see them as specialists, but it's gotta be really special. And you know what? I'll just like have massage therapists massage people. All right. Start your own business. Now, this is important. This part would have been better for my story because this is so long. Because it's a good example. So start your own business. Like right now, I don't feel like I have the headspace. I mean, I am having the headspace now. Everything in my life is changing. But like with the ADHD and the finances and everything else, I'm like, I don't want to think about this right now. I know I can do it, but like give me a break. Let's revisit this in a couple of years, especially like being an immigrant and having all my like issues I need to work with of like, I call it the immigrant complex. And I also have people pleasing tendencies, which suck because that's not actually me. But like, I guess you just grow with it because of your environment growing up and all that stuff. What else? And yeah, there's like other stuff. So I would just like for a moment, all of that aside, because like in this scenario, we're not considering money, we're going just in the mind. So I was like, yeah, of course. Like, because I know I'm a hard worker. I know I just gotta, have the chance, have the headspace. I'm not saying anybody else can't, but like, I know I definitely can do things a lot better than like I see them usually done. Got that passion. All right, write books or plays. That's another thing. You know what? If I started this video from beginning to end rather than end to beginning, it would make more sense. Oh, I'm getting tired, but I don't want to restructure this. You know what? I will in the future. Maybe it doesn't have to be posted today. Okay, yeah, this is the one Dance on Broadway show. So I have edited movies before, not movies, but like similar stuff and like personal stuff. And I know I'm good at that, but I've never danced at Broadway. But I feel like I would pick either that or writing books, which I never have, than edit movies. Because, listen, sure, I respect all jobs. Like, it's loaded, right? Because like, is it money? And is it okay to pursue other passions? Me right now, I'm leaning towards the point where, as God, if you think that you're good doing what you're doing and it's not as grand, it is because life situations aren't allowing you. And like, this is probably ignorant too. No, it's actually not ignorant, because I'm saying that's because of what life is allowing you to do. But apart from that, if you're God like me, if you are, then I just feel like it would be a waste to not hire someone to do that. Not just regarding productivity, but also just like wasted potential. Doesn't that bother you a little bit? So that's the thing with dance in a broad show thing. Like, it seems like, okay, can I be really weird? Let's talk about sexual energy. So, so that thing, man. Like, I'm not talking from experience, but like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that I've heard. No, this sounds so wrong. Okay, listen, people say to not, ejaculate a lot because you need to conserve your sexual energy because that's your creative energy. And if we're talking about chakras, man, it's been a while since I thought about chakras. But your solar plexus, was it? That's where, your creativity is stored. But like when men are, doing what boys do, they're draining that. And yeah, how did we get in? Yeah, so with dance, I feel like just like, men create, I guess women too. I honestly don't know how it is with women or if it counts. I love being ignorant. Wait, why doesn't it count? You know what? I'm not being ignorant. I'm talking about like the things I've I've heard about. It's like anyways. Um so with stuff like creating and dance, it sounds like it's the same thing as creating sperm. So yeah, women don't create sperm, so I think I think it was fair what I said. So yeah, it's just, you know God should keep on creating, and editing movies is, sure, it's creating, but it's not as fine. Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't think so. I think they're different. And then writing books, same thing, right? 26 took a long time. All right. This one's a little tricky. But listen, so when I chose compose and arrange music many times, I don't know why they asked it a lot, but that actually proves a point, because when you're a layman person and non-musician and you're asked that question, they're allowing you to for a second imagine that you do have those skills, and that you've had that experience to answer. So if like normal people are allowed to imagine without knowing what it's like to write music, then we should be able to answer the other questions as, as if, like, even if you don't know, if you don't have experience in that, you have to like put yourself in like, I know this sounds like very obvious, but I mean it, because this was like big for me. You have to give yourself a chance despite your things. And this is like the game changer for me, because I have always said to myself that until I open my mind, I'm going to be stuck where I was. And I knew, like, my mind wasn't open. I did buy the resources and I did schedule it. Like, I did plan to go there, and like I do listen to them here and there. But like, yeah, this actually got me there in the headspace, at least a little bit. And that was great. Okay, so compose or arrange music. Like Jacob Collier, if you don't know him, he's like someone we worship in the music industry. He's brilliant. And I'm getting so tired, man. I'm tired, man. Okay. So it's hard to be creative. Like, it's draining, right? But I'm like, when you have ADHD, your dopamine isn't as much as other people, so it's also hard for you even more. But I'm just imagining that I don't have the negative parts of ADHD because I really like the positive parts. When I'm picking this as my number one. And I'm just like, you know, imagining unlimited power, imagining because dude, like I watch holistic health videos, right? So people are talking about parasite cleanse and like apparently all these things that they're recommending will free you from brain fatigue. So anyways, heavy metals, parasite detox, even though that's a no, never mind, we won't go there today. And then what else? Mold detox, um you know, a lot of that stuff. So like, man, I'm 28 and I know you all think I'm young, but like I'm not happy about it. And I don't want you to feel worse if you're old, but like I just wish I was younger when I started a life where that I'm talking about now, which I'm not in yet. I just wish like I had more years of that. And if not, I hope like, you know, I can enjoy the coming years. Man, we all hate it. All right. Was I done talking? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm getting tired now, so I don't know if we're going to do this. This was another conversational one for me at work. So sing in a band. So like I don't want to be in a band, and like I've had not great experiences. But you know, I'm thinking of like the magical scenarios where people aren't wasting time and you know things are actually working, like you're making magic. And like, you know, I actually know what I'm doing too. I'm skilled. My voice is like fixed. My playing is, you know, I'm learned, and you know, the songs are done and all that. So there's that. And then there's develop a new medicine, which I have no experience in anything similar to that. Like not just medicine, but just like I mean, I do other things. But like it was very important for me to select this as the first option because um yeah, I have to be positive. I have to believe in a timeline where which is real, which I can quantum jump to. There I go. Do I believe in this stuff? I believe in this stuff, right? Yeah. I mean, how else could you explain it? I'm not this careless. I've thought it through. I mean, I don't even need to think it. Some things you just know, and I know that's arrogant, but don't worry. I'm serious, but I'm not serious. It doesn't matter, is I guess the point. But anyway, I feel like you know what? They're tied. How's that? No, we're getting somewhere. Let's finish this. So there's a sexual energy with singing, but like the fact that it says in a band, I think that's what's throwing this off. But still developing a new medicine, and I'm not talking about the benevolent part of this and like the helping people, like put that aside for a moment. This is about the selfish part, like the you, the godness, the potential manifestation, like yeah, potential being used aspect. Okay, so you get it. All right, direct to play, supervise the activities, repair and install locks. Did I show you my answers to all the questions? Did I go from 1 to 50? Yeah, I did. I don't want to study rocks and minerals. Why the hell would I do that? I also, I'm not very big on, you know what? I don't know why I would say this. I won't say it. Forget it. But I have reasons for what I was about to say, because not all people are locked into life being real. Like, I'm not saying it's not, but like, there's other theories, and you can't care about every single thing in life. And look, like, imagine we have many incarnations. Imagine if you're always focused on social justice and um like that's like the center of your life. When will you ever experience the other parts of life? I know this sounds ignorant, but I promise you, like, don't think I'm like just being super shallow. Like, I I've thought about it. But anyways, I am so glad I am not very unfortunate right now. Or like very unfortunate. Okay, anyway, yeah, just forget I said anything, okay? Because like it's a long story and it's nuanced. All right. So this was tricky because write reviews of books or plays. I've never done that, and it's like hard for me to create. Like, it takes a lot of brain power. That's why when I write songs, I feel like I have really nice lines, but they just come to me and I write them down. It's not me sitting down to write them. Like, I could, but that sounds so painful, and I just like when things flow. But I still select it as number one because study the movement of planets. I'm just not that nerdy, man. I mean, you know, I'm not being like very shallow in saying that that doesn't help. Like, we're going to space. Like, if Earth explodes, we need all of that stuff. And even like with studying plants, studying animals, like there's medicine and all of that stuff. But I want you to remember, I'm not always going to like when you have ADHD, sometimes your brain will focus on one thing, and then you like it. I know this sounds like an excuse, but when you have it, and this is why people take medicine, and sometimes it helps them with that, from what I've heard, you just like get stuck thinking about one aspect of things, like a hyper focus, and then you forget to talk about the other one. And like, I fear that this affects me negatively because people will think I'm ignorant because I like jump the point. But usually I'll wake up from my hyper focus and bring it up. It just sucks because I don't want people to think I'm lying or I'm being defensive and like, switching up. But yeah, or sound like I'm contradicting myself. And why trust people, right? Because like it's so easy to lie. So like I wouldn't blame anyone for, or I wouldn't even want to convince anyone to trust me. It's just not like, unless there's a lie detector machine. I'm not saying I'm a liar, but like I completely get it. Like, I'm letting you treat me how I would treat you and how I would think of you. Anyway, studying the movement of planets. I could see, like, I'm thinking of specific people here, and like I could see how someone might be like, but whatever. I hope you understand. Like, I want grand, and I want the in a bottle, or like in a sentence. The summary of this whole conversation is, I want to be doing something that the other people won't do as well. And no, I don't like that as well, because you get it. You get it. Installing flooring in houses, that was a tricky one because like it could be fun. I mean, the redundancy might be boring, but like, it sounds decent. But that's too little for me, man. I know we talked about the laying tile or bricks, so focusing on the tile part. I took some interest in that because that could be a little intricate, and I guess with flooring you can be too, but I don't know. I still think tile is a lot more different than flooring, in installing flooring in houses. Even if it isn't, it was a lesser evil situation, right? All right. Plan, research, study, investigate crime, study space travel. Man, I'm getting so tired. I would never study a whale's marine life, man. I'm good. I have more to say, but should I just push through? Or am I good? Man, I can't wait to share with you all what I thought about today. It's not a new thought, but it's regarding free will versus predestination, but not in the Christian sense, just in a regular sense, but it might not apply to everyone. Okay. This one is a little hard for me with the CPR. Would we ever get the chance to talk about this again, though, if I skip it now? I guess most of what needed to be said has been said. Yeah, like perform lawn care services only if I have to. That doesn't feel oh my god, this is so disrespectful of me. But like I want to be free to be disrespectful. Like if you know me, you know I would never want anyone to feel bad, but I want to have, okay, there's many different kinds of people and Enneagram types, but like I still think it's fair to be evil in a safe way. No harm, no foul kind of thing. And like we should be able to be free. And still, like I already said earlier, like we have so many limitations in life. This is not about judgment. This is just about, a deep question of, is this what we were made for in an ideal world? And I'm considering ideal worlds because I believe in magic, I believe in manifestation, I believe in optimism, and okay, sure, maybe I'm too young, and that's why. Trust me, man, the past 6 years I've been here, it's not been easy. I mean, I will admit, being at Home Depot, that like after some point it got comfortable, but still like everything else wasn't right, like the dollar and all that and everything else. Anyway, just a title in, I think this is fair to say. This was tough too. Man, I'm so proud of my answers. I hope they read each question one by one and like see me for how I answered this and see how I was thinking. But yeah, man, all these new medical treatments or procedures I'm about to develop, that's super new. I'm just being like optimistic. I'm just like being like, hey, I don't see the fun in this, but these people, I'm sure are in euphoric mode, for the lack of a better word. But I am learning that I like sales. I thought I hated sales, but like I am learning that I do like sales. It just depends on who you're selling to, how good your product is, and how healed you are. And yeah, especially for high ticket, right? Anyway, I don't know, maybe this will be a YouTube video, maybe this will be small snippets. Oh my god, it's midnight. I need to finish this. I hope it's not. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.